70% of you guys that watch over on YouTube aren't actually subscribed, and it is absolutely crazy. It's completely free to do. It's a massive help to me, and you can choose to unsub at any time if you don't like the content. So make sure you hit that sub button and that notification bell, because it really helps me out a lot. Now, we've got quite a few things to talk about this week. We've got new games out. We've got a really cool rumor for a game that's coming out on PS5 that's supposed to be a day one release on PlayStation Plus, free bonus content, and a load of other stuff as well. Now, as usual, before we get into it, if you guys do need to renew your PlayStation Plus memberships, if you're looking to get cheap PSN credit, or if you're just after picking up some cheap games or pre-ordered games at a discounted price, make sure you check out the sponsor, Instant Gaming. Everything on their site is usually like 20% off, and it is definitely worth checking out. First things first, the drop. We actually got to do the video yesterday, and it was like, we haven't done it in like 2 months. Every single Monday, I check the new games that are being released that week, and usually there's like maybe one game that I'm actually interested in checking out, and a lot of the time there's just nothing. This week there was 3. If you want to hear more about it, make sure you look at the video that was posted yesterday, but the new game that I'm most looking forward to checking out is Rust. It's been out on PC for a long time. It picked back up again over on Twitch. Everyone was playing it, and it's the usual thing. It's similar to like Ark and Atlas, where you get in your group of friends and you build bases and you go raiding and gather materials and try and survive. With the difference of there's just like no dinosaurs and all that sort of stuff. It looks really cool. It's a game that I tried playing on PC but couldn't get it running quite as I wanted. But then again, that's because I had it installed on my HDD and not my SSD. Silly me. But that's new this week, and I cannot wait to check it out. On to the rumours, the main things that you guys watch for. Now, there's a game that's actually released on the first Tuesday of next month on PlayStation 5 called Operation Tango. Now, this game's kind of sneaking out on PS4 and PS5. It's a co-op puzzle-solving adventure. It sounds quite cool, it looks alright, and you play as either a hacker or an agent, talking with your partner to find solutions to a problem in front of you. The game's also very colourful, with a different kind of visual art style. It does look alright. Each player kind of has their own abilities and advantages, and cross-play is also going to be available at launch, so you can play with anyone, whether or not they're on PC, Xbox, and I'm not too sure whether it's coming out on Switch as well. Bonus content. Now, it's always nice to get something for free, whether or not it's through PlayStation Plus or a different service. Now, this one's actually through Twitch Prime. Now, don't worry if you don't have an active membership. There's a link at the top of the description that'll give you a 30-day free trial so you can claim this stuff as well as a load of other free stuff as well. And this week it's for Apex. Now, I've been back playing Apex. I'm absolutely loving the arenas. It's epic, cool, and it's just a different style of game mode within the Apex kind of world. I love the fact that it's not going to be one of them games where you're just literally going to run out, have nothing, and just get wiped out by everyone with gold shields. It's just stupid. But the 3v3 mode is epic, and the free stuff that you can get is actually for the new character Valkyrie. And you can see it's kind of like a really colourful punk skin. It's probably one of the nicest ones as well, to be fair. Even out of the gold ones, I went for like the silvery medieval style thing, and there was like a proper pinky coloured futuristic one. But I think the punk one's even better, and I think it's only a blue rarity as well. Now, don't forget, there's also a load of other stuff that you can claim on there, free stuff for like GTA, as well as a load of free games as well. Now, before we move on, one quick thing, we have updated the members section. I mentioned it last week. It's fully sorted now, and you should be able to check it out. There's a load of different stuff that you can do, whether or not it's playing with me when I stream, getting free games, free PSN stuff, that sort of stuff. There's a few different tiers, so have a nosy through. It's just a different way to support me. But let's move on anyway. What have I been playing? Now, this week I've actually been back playing Phasmophobia. It has been quite a long time since I played this game. A friend asked if I wanted to play it. We set it up and we played it for a couple of days. First up, played it on normal PC. It's a decent game, I love playing it, but then we played it in VR and it was just a completely different experience. Just the way that you can just mess around, to be honest with you. I think I lasted like 2 games in VR before I got the motion sickness and had to just lie down on the floor and drink a pint of water because it just made me feel awful. But that's my own fault, to be fair, for not playing VR for like a month. As soon as you get used to it, you take a break, you go back on it expecting to be able to do it again, and all the motion sickness just comes back. But if you don't know what Phasmophobia is, it's only on PC at the moment, but I really do hope they bring it to console. It's pretty much a ghost hunting simulator game that you play with your friends. So you'll have a location that you'll go to, and you have to try and figure out what kind of ghost it is. You'll walk in with your flashlight, and you'll have your EMF reader, and you'll be trying to get an EMF reading to try and find where the room is. You'll be checking the temperatures, taking pictures, setting up video cameras, and just watching the area for like floating orbs and stuff. It's pretty cool. It can be very quick. It can be very slow. but at the same time it can be creepy as hell because the ghost hunts you and tries to kill you, and you have to try and escape or hide in cupboards. And for some reason, every single game that I played over 2 days, I died in every single one. But even with that happening, I still really enjoy playing it, and that's what I've been doing this week. On to my predictions. 2 games that I'm going to go for, 2 completely different style of games. First up is a remaster of a game that I found, and I'm not too sure why I'd never played it, but I just love the way that it worked, and it's a game called Red Faction Guerrilla. Now, it's a third-person shooter, and the reason that I enjoyed this game the first time that I played it, and I think it was back on PS3, was everything was destructible. And I know these days a lot of games are like that, but back on like PS3, that was completely new. An open-world shooter where literally you could blow up a building, and like if it was a house on stilts, the leg would fall off and then the whole thing would kind of collapse. If you look at like Just Cause 4, that kind of style where you blow up the bridges, it was very, very similar in that kind of aspect, and I absolutely loved it. The remaster is out, it's been out for a while, it's kind of forgotten about as well, and I think it'd make a decent PlayStation Plus title. And the next one is a game called Code Vein. Now, it looks pretty cool, it's got really positive reviews as well, but it's a game that I've never really heard of. It's an anime style game. Pretty much you team up, you embark on an adventure to try and unlock your past and escape a living nightmare. The art style of it's intriguing, and with anime games, it's hit and miss to whether or not they're decent or they drag, but I'll be honest, this one actually looks pretty cool, and the reviews on it are absolutely raving. Everyone loves the game, and I'm not too sure why I've never played it. I'm not too sure why I've never heard about it either, but either way, it looks like a pretty cool game, and I think it'd make a decent PlayStation Plus title. Now, one quick thing before we move on, if you're curious about my setup, like the PC that I use, mic and all that sort of stuff, all the links are down below if you want to take a look. I always get asked by people that are looking to start creating, what could I use for a setup that's not over budget? I use mid-range stuff, so it's not too expensive and it does the job really, really well. So if you're interested, have a look down below, everything's down there. Any games that I have mentioned today as well, if you're looking for people to play with, make sure you jump in the Discord. When Rust comes out, I'm looking at making a full dedicated page in the server just to be able to play and team up with people. I'm pretty sure the game's going to be cross-platform as well, and it'd be amazing just to make a massive clan on Rust called Central and put it right in the middle of the map, and it's just got loads of people on it. It'd be so OP and it'd be so fun to do, and hopefully a lot of you guys pick it up, and if you're in the Discord, check out the Rust server when it's actually up and running, and we'll go from there. When it comes to any other gaming news as well, anything that I don't make videos on, whether or not it's just little snippets of news on a game that I'm playing, or just something random, fun and cool, you can usually find it over on my Twitter, so make sure you check out over there as well. And again, just a reminder, when it comes to your PlayStation Plus memberships, PSN credit or just decent discounted prices on your pre-ordered games, make sure you check out the sponsor, Instant Gaming. I've used them for quite a while. The stock on there is pretty decent. The games that they do are always like 20% off, and it is definitely worth saving yourself a few quid and checking them out. All the links for it's down in the description. Make sure you have a look. But that's pretty much it for this one. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, a like would be awesome. Don't forget to subscribe as well if you're new to the channel. But thanks for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.